I love sidechaining. I love sidechaining on the Elektron boxes in particular because it's super easy to sidechain by assigning an LFO to volume, basically ramping down the volume, inverse to a kick drum or any other instrument really. But basically, when a kick happens, the volume ducks and comes back up. This is especially effective if the kick is on quarter notes for a 4 on the floor beat. And it's a really great method to do with bass synths, with pads, with anything really to get a cool pumping effect for your music. I'm going to show you a piece that uses this, but it also uses another method, a sort of inversive sidechaining that can lead to some unexpected cool effects. I'm a firm believer that in any piece of music, the methods used to produce it should lead to something greater than the sum of their parts. So this method isn't going to be glaringly obvious when you first listen to this piece, but I'll do a quick breakdown after, and then I will show you kind of a more obvious example that I'll kind of make up on the fly. Off screen, I have a Digitakt, a Digitone, and a Microcosm by Hologram Electronics. Too lazy to set up 2 cameras today, so you can just use your imagination. So let's take a listen to the quick jam, and then I will talk to you about what this sidechaining 2.0 sort of inverse sidechaining is, which, spoiler alert, is effectively just setting up an LFO to use the kick as a gate for other tracks of audio. Okay, so a little bit going on here. Let's start with the Octatrack. All we have are a few tracks really. We have a through machine on track 1, processing the audio of the Digitone and the Digitakt. We're going to ignore that for now. We have a kick on track 2. On track 5, we have a clap, which actually I just want to play the kick and the clap together because I think it's really cool. It's my favorite part. I achieved that little roll fill section by just automating and parameter locking the retrig and panning of the clap sound, but it's all the same sample. Anyways, here is the sample that we have this gate effect assigned to. And it's really so simple. Like, I could have just written a couple of sentences about this, but it's kind of cool to show you how it works, because it's really subtle. And what we have is an LFO that is synced to the trig. So we only have one trig, but that's going to set up our timing, our rhythmic timing of the LFO. And we have kicks, 4 on the floor, throughout the pattern. We'll remove the kick, and we're going to remove the LFO completely now. It's just a vocal sample, a heavenly ethereal vocal sample from the Bath's Splice sample pack. But we have an inverse saw wave assigned to amplitude volume. So basically, the audio only comes through when there's a kick, because we've matched up the timing to match that 4 on the floor pattern of the kick. On this track, I also have a delay setup. And this is what it sounds like without the send. but I thought it sounded cooler with the send. And it makes it less obvious and kind of makes it just sound more like an instrument, but we're using this LFO, this gate effect, to create a rhythmic pattern with this vocal sample. Again, greater than the sum of its parts, not something that sounds particularly innovative, but the method that we use to get there really complements how the song is mechanically produced using the Elektron devices. So I'm going to set something up on the Digitakt, change my camera up, and I'll meet you in 1 second. Well, hello there. So we're controlling everything from the Digitakt. So this is everything. With our clap back in there. But on the Digitakt, all we have is a hi-hat, a pad, and a bass synth. And all of this is sidechained via the through input, the through machine on the Octatrack. We have an LFO doing that classic ducking sidechaining. Because using both methods at the same time is fantastic. And they just complement each other really well to get that sort of ebb and flow of pulses. And same thing with the Digitone because it's running through the same through machine. And I'm also playing with the detune. Throughout because it just sounds awesome. So this is what it sounds like with the ducking LFO removed on the through machine. So this is just straight ahead. What's coming out of the Digitakt and the Digitone now, but I'll keep that muted. And I left the kick on the Octatrack. So we're going to use this sample to demonstrate the gate with more minimal effect. And I'm going to show you how to set it up on the Digitakt. So you have your track selected, and you're going to enter the first LFO page. Select your destination to amplitude volume. Set your mode to trig. So there you go. The volume is only playing when the kick plays. And you can give it a little extra boost by turning the depth down. But if you want the full effect, turn the depth up. Let's add some reverb and some overdrive and see if we can play with the sound to get it to be a little bit more gritty and obvious. I think this could be a cool method to use with really abrasive and fuzzy synths, maybe even with some cool distorted guitars if you're processing guitars with your devices. This can be done in a DAW. This can be presumably done on any sort of device that has an LFO that's assignable to volume. And it's a really cool, and how I'm using it at least, a subtle trick, but it can be used as a crazy effect rather than just a sort of production method. So yeah, highly encourage you to mess around with this. And let me know of some of your favorite ways to play with LFOs, because even though I sold all of my modules, something that modular synthesis really helped to teach me is the value of LFOs. And that's why I love the Elektron machines, is because once I understood modular, when I played with my Elektron devices, I just started using the LFOs in a lot more different and creative ways. They're really invaluable tools that can help to shift and evolve your music in ways that you might not expect, and can just add that little extra spice that you never knew you were missing. All right, folks, that's it for today's video. Hey, if you like this video, give it a like. If you want to subscribe, subscribe. If you don't have to, but it really helps the channel, really makes me happy. But at the end of the day, what matters most is that you're here hanging out and hopefully learning some stuff. And thanks so much for joining me. I hope you all have a great day. Peace.